the US government has been concealing the existence on this planet of alien life?
I would couch it as non-human intelligence, NHI, like we would like to say in our language.
Why do you say that? Why do you say NHI?
I don't want to necessarily denote origin. I don't think we have all the data to say, oh, they're coming from a certain location. And I couch it as somebody who studied physics where maybe they're coming from a different physical dimension as described in quantum mechanics. We know there's extra dimensions due to high energy particle collisions, etc. And there's a theoretical framework to explain that.
You're saying there is an intelligent species engaging with this planet?
Yes, that's potentially extraterrestrial.
He says he pressed to gain direct access to this program, and that's when his trouble started.
They denied me access to these programs.
Soon after, he says, he endured reprisals and retaliation from above. That's why he's filed this whistleblower complaint.
You're not being paid for this interview? Why are you doing this?
It's a sense of service. I do not want to live a life of regret.
You are saying to the human race, we are not alone.
The data points that we're not alone, yeah.
You've said that the United States has intact craft.
We do.
Do we have bodies?
When you recover something that's either landed or crashed, sometimes you encounter dead pilots.
Grusch says the craft may not be traveling through space as we understand it.
There most likely are physical additional spatial dimensions. What we experience as linear time ends up being a physical dimension in higher dimensional space where if you were living there, you could translate across what we perceive as a linear flow. So there is a possibility that this is not necessarily extraterrestrial and coming from a higher dimensional physical space that might be co-located right here.
These craft, these technologies, why do you know it's exotic?
Based on the very specific properties, isotopic ratios that would have to be engineered for it to be at those levels, but also just extremely strange, heavy atomic metal high up in the periodic table arrangements that we don't understand what the emergent properties are. There's just a very strange mix of elements. They're sophisticatedly engineered, certainly not by humans.
And while Grusch says the US has gleaned some insight from these materials for military use, so much more could be done if academia and the private sector had access.
It's totally nuts that humanity as a whole are not even benefiting from broad research on this to solve propulsion, energy, novel material science that can improve people's quality of life.